Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Campman. Albert, weeks into this pandemic, if there's one thing for sure, nothing's for sure.
Yeah, the changes are taking place all around our area. One of the biggest changes started this past week in the OAC, the Ohio Athletic Conference, the nation's third oldest collegiate athletic league. Fall sports will not start till September 19th. Only conference games in football, soccer, and volleyball, while cross-country, golf, and tennis are allowed to play outside competition.
Let's take that apart a little bit. There was a lot there. First of all, I'm looking the 19th. That's late.
Yep. Most football teams, we're talking football mostly,
5th,
are usually playing in the first week of September
5th.
and ready to roll. And coaches have their whole season set up, their calendar set up on how to practice, how to get ready for that date. Now everything moved back to September 19th. They have to make some adjustments depending on when school starts or how the league is set up with regard to practice. But major changes. And hopefully it goes off as they planned it. The second big thing there mentioned, George, playing conference games only.
Let's talk about that because that has a local significance. Opening week. West Biddy's been waiting years for this opportunity. I think they scheduled this game 3 years ago. But on again, you're king of the mountain. I don't believe Mount Union was losing any sleep.
No. And it was one of those games that Westminster had everything in the game if they could beat Mount Union, because Mount Union is the king of the hill. And Mount Union will go out and play. I'll give them credit. They're not afraid to play anybody. And so that game was supposed to kick off, and now that's been canceled. All those non-conference games have been canceled.
What do you think of conference only? Is it a cost-saving measure? I would think less travel. Maybe you don't have to put as many guys on a bus or something. That's behind that?
Well, that's the number one thing that drives football in every 3, 2, 1, doesn't matter what it is what is the money involved. And they're thinking, geez, we just can't make this work without what's happening with fans and what's happening with the budgets. George, those budgets are getting slashed.
You know, I
place.
can't imagine 4 months of no revenue like Pennsylvania, Ohio, when you couldn't sell a car. Well, the sales tax alone on how many cars,
right?
Somewhere that money's not in the coffers.
Yep, and we talked to bus companies, and they're worried about what they're going to do.
Absolutely.
So it looks like the football teams will play 9 conference games.
Put 6 guys on a bus. Oh, okay. We'll only need 16 buses.
Yeah, so they couldn't pull that off.
No, I always laugh when people say, well, just put, really? Mm-hmm. Well, tell the bus company, because they're going to need about 8 times more buses, and tell the school that because their bill's going to be 8 times more.
Yeah, notice the word bills in there a lot. And then George has a really good friend in the bus company that keeps him up to date on what's happening.
Sprayers.
Oh,
$7,000 sprayers.
Yes.
You better have a bunch of them. I saw this lady yesterday was talking, and she had received a letter about, the kids have been cooped up, some kind of summer camp. She said, I'm not sending my kid to some where I don't know where these other kids have been, and are they going to be on top of each other? Are they going to be hanging out? There's no point. Like, put them on a school. You're going to put them on a metal box and say, well, we don't have daycare. Well, I'm not sure that should be the first priority.
Yeah, there's a lot of behind the scenes talk going on in every football conference around this country on how are we going to make this work? How is it going to happen? And good luck to all of you, because every one of us need it. I didn't say we want it.
No.
We need it. We really do. We need sports. I never thought I'd say that day. It's a need right now for kids who want to be at play, for the fans who need to have something to look forward to.
Absolutely. Now, the pros are trying to go. We're going to talk about pro baseball later because 2 reasons. 1, local teams.
Right.
And 2, they seem to be, the farthest along. Soccer might be a little farther, but it just hasn't latched on in this area, like baseball.
Yeah, in
this
this area,
is
yes.
baseball, football.
Yeah.
But the soccer, volleyball, I understand all league games. But why would you think the cross country and golf and tennis can play outside the league? Because they can do more than one school at a time for one reason, right?
Yeah, and they don't have to worry about with those three sports with regards to any disease. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And you can play 4 teams. Didn't you tell me your high school track has evolved into that?
yes.
You don't have like 8 one match.
Every week we have 3 teams there.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no that has already changed.
Okay.
There's no dual meets.
Okay.
And there was no question about cross country and tennis. I wasn't sure about golf but now I think in golf we had the president conference, Joe and Darko, on, and he said, looks like what they're going to do in golf is you're going to golf with your own teammate. You know, in the past you always golfed against your opponent, and you rode with your opponent.
And don't forget in the presidents they play a fall spring championship. They're going to have to
make adjustment on that too.
You golfed the other day safely.
It was very pleasing to me.
Was it fun?
I'd say a lot of fun.
Okay.
Because for me, I didn't go there to
race the course record either.
Socialize. No,
you're not a beer drinker.
Yeah. I didn't go drink a beer. Yeah. So socialization was done. I went there to see 3 guys.
Okay.
And spend time with 3 guys.
Okay.
But what I noticed was the carts were all sprayed down before we got on them.
All right.
The food was not available to eat there yet. It put
to go.
Everything was to go.
All right.
And the carts were not allowed to take. The carts had to be parked.
So you felt safe.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
The cart could not be taken to the parking lot.
All right.
All these things you used to did all the time before.
No.
So I'm not really a golfer. First of all, I golfed in 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very impressed.
Did you see a lot of the course with your shots? Did you see?
Oh, I'm the worst golfer in the world.
Well, no, but if you go once every 9 years,
that's why.
Jack Nicklaus couldn't golf once every 9 years.
I don't expect it.
Okay,
I'm lousy and I don't mind. That was a day spent.
You were there for fun.
Yes,
not a long walk sport.
And to also the guy is a scholar. They give $10,000 scholarship to Westminster, and so I want to donate to the money.
Absolute good cause.
Yeah.
All right, Youngstown State, they got a transfer from Akron, a Boardman kid, Cade Krebs.
Yeah, Cade had started at Akron. Went there a couple years. Decided to transfer back to YSU. It'll start the 2020 fall semester. And have 3 years of eligibility left. I remember when he played in high school. He was a great golfer.
So we've come across his name before.
Yes, we have. We've talked about him on our show.
How do you feel about golfing? Like football, you want to go to Ohio State. I get it. Does it matter in golf?
Depends if you want to win a national championship.
Because then you're going to go to Houston.
Arizona State,
okay.
yeah,
But
that's
for
what
local,
happens. YSU has a great program too.
Okay,
great team. So
that's what I was.
That's the other thing is George and I talked a million times. You think you're a good golfer? Go watch YSU's first 5 golfers.
Yeah.
You'll think, man, I'm not as good as I thought.
Well, you had a friend that had his daughter had a Scully, and she was amazed at the amount of foreign golfers.
Yeah, all foreign golfers. No. If you're going to a top 10 golfing school in America, and you are looking like George and I, you better be one of the tops in the country, because I'm telling you, South Koreans, they're all coming over. They've been playing since they were 2 years old.
Mid-East too,
yes.
Interesting. Okay, how about Youngstown bowling?
We want to compliment on our show the best in the academic world who play sports. George and I get a kick out of what's that scholar athlete they use in football. We know it's not true.
It's student athlete.
But
here it is.
No, here it is. And congratulations to the YSU bowling team. 9 members make the Southland Bowling League all academic team. Congratulations to Emma Dockery, Sarah Florence, Megan Grahams, Ashley Cole, Nikki Mendez, Alexis Sullivan, Emma Wazlewski, Emma Wren, and Alicia Yakono. Congratulations to those bowlers that not only throw strikes, but do a great job in the classroom.
Okay, and we want to take a look today then at MLB. We have 2 local teams, Pirates and the Indians. If you were giving me an outlook, would you give me a very bright one for Cleveland or Pittsburgh, or can we call both rebuilding. What would you say?
I'd say both of them, if they get to 30 wins, we'll have we'll be very, very
Pirates
good.
30-30. I'm having a parade.
Yeah, they're both. That means they both had great years.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Yeah, no question. I think one's 24.5 or 25 is the over-under. The other one's 28.
If you were betting Pittsburgh over or under, would you
I'd
bet
bet under for sure. There's not a question. They're no good.
Pitching's so good.
Yeah, their hitting's no good either.
That's bad.
No, their hitting's no good. Their hitting's no good.
There's not a lot left. Hold on.
Very weak team. But I'll say this: it's baseball, and very weak teams in baseball still win 1 out of 3 games.
Yeah.
You know, they're.
So if you throw another win in every
somewhere
week,
along,
yeah, all of a sudden you're 500 with 3 weeks left.
You have a chance. Yeah, so that's what baseball's all about.
Well, let's take these numbers apart. I wrote some numbers down here, and I want to throw them by you. 32 and 28. You're playing 533. It stretches out to 86 and 76. I would think most years probably not.
Yeah.
This year for sure.
90% of the years you're not making the playoffs.
All right.
86 and 76. Even with expanded playoffs, you're not making it. Georgia mentioned to me before that he always thought of the Mets.
I think 86.
They fit that category, and usually they don't make the playoffs. They have not made it. You know, and so you always figure out you finish 3 or 4 games out. You win 86 games, you're still in the race.
90s,
but you don't make.
You know, let's talk Mets for a minute, because July 1st was Bobby Bonilla Day.
He didn't make any money.
He got his $1.2 million. He's getting it for like 12 more years.
Think of that.
And it all goes back to Bernie Madoff taking all the Will Pond's money. Sandy Koufax along with it. They went to school together. And basically what happened, the Mets couldn't pay him. So Boros got Bobby Bonilla what it would work out to at 8% interest for all those years. Never, they could have paid him 4 times.
This is really crazy.
Still pay him. Still makes more than most of the Mets.
Yeah, he does. His salary's in the top 10.
1.2 million.
For the Mets, with the guards, too.
Yeah, because they're only getting a
He's
third.
only been out of baseball 30 years.
And they're only getting a third. Oh, here's a better story. The agent represents his son now. So
that's all you gotta know. Wow.
Now, 34-26. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. Works up to 92-7.
Yeah, you'll usually make the playoffs. So if you're asking your Indians and Pirates right now, say, guys, here's how you're going to make the playoffs. Win 34 games, and you'll be in. I truly believe that's a playoff team.
Now, that set of numbers works out only once in the last 8 years. Did that team make it? But let's caution the audience with a shortened season.
Yes.
It's not automatic.
Yeah, they don't miss the playoffs.
Now, if it played out, it would.
Yeah. Only one team has missed that last day. Think about that. So if you get that record, that 34-26 is going to sound like 92 wins in a 162 game schedule. That you get the 90 wins, that is considered a great season in Major League Baseball.
And it's 5-4.
Yes.
In case you guys 5 times 1890, 4 times 1872.
No, that's what baseball's all about.
72.
Yes.
You pick that game up here and there. And that's when I start the Pirates last year. They started to get on it. You know, halfway through, not bad. Then the next thing you know, you're winning 1 out of 3. And that third game that makes it 2 out of 3, it doesn't seem like it's much till you lose 6 of them.
Great coaches break down seasons into weeks and months. Well, in baseball, you break it down into series. Your goal is to try to win 2 out of 3. Never do you go in saying, we need to win 3 out of 3. If you do say need, that means you're out. You're probably out of the playoffs. Because you want to win 2 out of 3, George. That's the way it works. And George is great with numbers. That's why baseball is a marathon. That is also why you need that. When you say, do they have a stopper? What it means is, you can't have prolonged losing streaks and make the playoffs.
You know, guys like the old timers, Koufax.
Yes.
Well, Whitey for me, we could just go
right down the line. They were there just to stop.
No, what's
that losing? You have a 4-game losing streak.
No,
they were there to stop.
Who's pitching tomorrow? Carlton.
Yes.
Streak over.
Right.
Now 35-25 works out to 95-67. Every year but one, the team that won that, man, I think the Reds lost the playoff to the Mets one year. But other than that, if you're at 583,
you're in. You hear me say that. Indian fans,
35.
If your tribe, Lindor, gets hot early, carries you, and you win 35 games, you're going to see them in the postseason.
Let's talk about that. They play across for the people that don't follow baseball as closely, you're going to play the other 4 in your league 10 times. That's 40. Then you're going to play the 5 straight across Central, East,
Right.
4 times. So Pittsburgh's going to have 20 games with Detroit, the White Sox, the Indians, Minnesota, and Kansas City. 2 of whom don't send fear. The other 3 are pretty good.
Right, and that's a league. That's why I said the league to be in is the Pirates League. That's the league. If they weren't so lousy, I'd have more because they're playing a nice schedule for them. The opposite.
We think the White Sox are going to be good.
The White Sox are going to be good.
We thought that.
Yeah, the White Sox have a combination of great young players. Great young players, and I like young players in a 60-game
They
season.
spent a little money.
60-game season. I like young players in a 60-game season.
I think it might take them a little while to find out.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I like what you're saying. 36-24 works out to 97-65. I got you.
600 winning percentage.
I got you.
Anytime you hear 60% winning percentage in baseball, that is a super season, not a great season. That's high 90s. That's heading for 97, 98 wins. The Braves, for example, has 97-65 would be an example. You are just one of those teams that had it all together, breaking it down from 162 to 60. That's the way we see it. And George, if you win 38 games this year, that means you're the Yankees and Dodgers.
38-22.
That's 103 games with 162 games.
19-11. I mean, you have to play good ball.
Great ball.
But it's possible. See, what those teams have is what most don't. Pitching and hitting. Some people they have a pitcher or two, but once again, short season, openers, 2 starters in a game.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're. Matter of fact, Al and I were thinking about that. We're not quite sure how it's going to play out because we're a little leery. At least in the old days, we might have thought we knew, but we knew they were going to play them all. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, one thing for sure, we do know that you're going to play every game to win now. In the past, George said this morning. That the Sunday lineups are going to be out.
Oh, geez.
Those teams.
I hated Sundays. Chuck Tanner, both Clint
all the way down. They all did it all the way down.
Clint said he got to get him with some at bats. That 3rd string catcher. Why does he need a bat?
Yes,
Clint?
and so it's 162 games. That's what makes baseball what it is. It is a marathon, not anymore. It's a sprint this year. So that game you're winning, you may see Kershaw come in the 9th inning to clinch a game. You're going to try to win every game you can.
Wow.
How about how different it's going to be played?
Let's talk about that. They asked the players, they said, what do you think? Well, in the beginning, it didn't seem that bad. Now they've kind of tweaked it. No bubble. We fly commercial. We don't fly, we play private. But yet we're going to play in the stadium. No sunflower seeds, no spitting. No. Okay. Can't shower. Wait a minute. There's Trout now. He's looking. He's got children.
Got a baby coming on
There's
the
a
way.
baby coming, and he has older parents.
Yep.
I'd be mad at him if he didn't consider it.
Yeah, he wasn't, and all of a sudden, he looked at it and said, "I have to at least look at this. I have a child due in August." His quote was perfect, and I think this is the way I feel the same way. He said, "Honestly, I still don't feel comfortable. It's hard to feel comfortable, George. Like we come in this office and do our show.
Right.
We still spray and clean.
Yeah.
We don't feel comfortable anything we do. George will go into a restaurant when there's nobody there. I've been in one since this thing.
I
Just
can't
because
imagine.
You don't feel comfortable.
No. And
That's all.
The numbers, one day it's this, one day it's that. But let me ask you about Cephalosha and Avery Bradley. The Lakers, he's valuable.
And that happens it's happening in basketball the same
What
way.
do you think?
They're trying to think, what do they do also?
Well, they're bubbling it.
Yeah, I know, but they don't feel comfortable.
And Al and
I
I don't trust young Al.
I know they're not.
Bubble.
Bubble means nothing to them.
They're going to sneak out. They're going to try to get people in. And then let's give them credit. What's Damian Lillard saying? No, wait a minute. You're telling me I can screen them, I can take a charge, but I can't play doubles, ping pong, or take a cow.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
I don't.
But that's the way they have to do it, though.
Okay.
If they're going to play, you got to play the game. You can't say, okay, we're not allowed to guard today.
We're not going to touch.
But
like Ohio, they had your own ball rule.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to do it.
I mean,
so the precautions are being taken. listen, we may not be able to do it on the court, but we're going to give you every precaution off
Yeah.
to stay safe.
Well, let me ask you. First time no All-Star game
How
since
about that?
World War II. That's different.
That is amazing.
Hey, Al and I
But I'm
remember when
surprised
they played two. You're not that young, are you?
They played two. I remember when they played two.
Okay.
Yeah, but they had to do that. I was surprised they didn't announce it earlier. But the health concerns of the virus canceled the 2020 All-Star game. I don't think any players crying.
No.
The one thing about today's
See,
baseball
the old
world,
days, it was more money and there was a mass.
They didn't make as much money, right?
Now today, those guys.
They don't really want to be there.
They tip that money.
They don't want to be there.
Hey.
And it's a shame, but they don't want to be there.
Let's talk about our miscellaneous in our last few minutes. A smile to my face. Jimbo, they caught you cheating already, and you still only won 7 games. If you're going to cheat, Jimbo, win some games.
You know what's interesting? These two dinosaurs, George and myself, we follow sports to the nth degree. We both gambled, so we both know all the college football teams inside out.
Yeah.
Hey, did it have any surprise to you that Jimbo Fisher got caught cheating?
Like Bill Self?
Yeah. There's no surprise.
No.
Like, he's a cheater. Well, he can't do it on his own, so he's going to cheat. And when I say cheat, I'm talking about take the rules this far and go over. I'm not talking about your definition of cheating. I'm not talking about going to rob a bank. I'm talking about if the kid is not supposed to have an airline ticket, and he looks around and says, "Well, who's it hurting?" He's giving him an airline ticket. Yes, there is no question about it. He's doing it.
And then the $5,000 fine.
And so what? He doesn't
First of all,
care
he
about
makes
it.
70
How much money does he make?
70 million.
So he's worried about $5,000 fine.
And secondly, at A&M, $5,000 fine is that's actually.
And somebody else is paying for him too. You know the.
Hey, he better win this year though. Let's say that.
No, they have
I
to
had
win.
him. I had him, and then now
They have to win.
I don't. There's something about him. He's supposed to beat this team. Supposed to beat that team. I'll have to see it.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
No.
Here's our story. George and I will say this, and we're saying it tongue in cheek. George, if you're going to cheat,
win them all.
And you know what you're going to do? Win them all.
Win them all.
If you're going to cheat,
no, I
win them
saw
all.
Kansas football did something. They've been 2-10 forever.
Yeah.
What kind of cheater are you?
Yeah. If you're going to cheat,
cheat.
And that means your fans are going to say, "We're not getting rid of him. Why not?" Because we went 11-0.
Hey, ask them if they miss Mark Mangino again.
Yes, they do. Oh, good old Mark.
Hey, how about the Browns? You didn't see much wrong with this. The fact that the Browns and Joko wants out of there, you kind of thought
there was no doubt.
Yeah, we have a guy
today's world
on our radio show that said the same thing.
In today's world, he's in the league at 20 years old. That means he's been pampered as the best athlete since he was 7 years old.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Cleveland brings in Austin Hooper.
AAU basketball, someone was carrying his bag.
No question.
You agree?
Oh, no question. And in football, with Coach Howard, he told him he's going to transfer. I'll transfer.
David's going to prep next year instead of tech.
So they hire Austin Hooper, and they draft a fourth. They draft my favorite guy in the draft, by the way. I didn't realize this, like Harrison Bryant, my favorite tight end in the draft.
Florida Atlantic
yes.
For Kiffin.
Yes, he did. So you got those two coming in, and he feels a little pressure that he may have to work harder. And so instead of saying, "I'm going to beat these two guys out."
Who's his agent, too, though? I know it was Drew Rosenhaus. I mean, honest to God. Did it have
look
to
that
be
up.
Drew
Look that
Rosenhaus?
up. I don't know, but I'm guaranteed George is right.
It's Drew Rosenhaus.
It's Drew Rosenhaus.
Absolutely.
It has to be him because he's the guy that pampers and wants everything for his players without making them toe the line.
Don't work hard.
Like Scott Boros and
don't get better. Don't get better. We'll have 3 or 4 minutes left. I'm going to throw some things at you. You give me a draw. I think the next time we do the show, there's no longer a Washington Redskin or a Cleveland Indian.
I know they're saying that, and I don't like that. I don't really got it. Now the Indians, the Native Americans will tell me they don't like it, and if they tell me that truly it ruins their family and ruins the name of their family. But I grew up since I was 4 years old.
Cleveland Indians.
That's like history to me.
I get
The
it.
Cleveland Indians. And if they end up being called the Cleveland Hornets, it's not going to feel right to me.
No.
It's the Cleveland Indians.
Well, I think
You know?
once again, we're not American.
No, I said that.
We're not
No,
qualified.
I get that.
You said
I get it. If an American Indian walked in this room and I said,
It's demeaning.
it's demeaning,
Go
get
on.
rid of it.
But
Get
here's
rid
what
of
I'm
it.
saying. At face value, I see Redskin as immensely
Worse than
demeaning. I don't see Indian. It
Good
doesn't
point.
say dirty Indian,
Right.
stupid. It just says Indian.
Yeah, Redskin, and
Redskin, I get.
George and I both talk. We talk on the phone almost 9
Yeah,
7 days.
yeah.
We'll both say, we understand Black Lives Matter. We understand
Absolutely.
because we are not. We don't walk in their shoes.
No.
But we got
They
grasp.
tell me I got to
We
listen.
grasp what they say.
Yeah.
I grasp. Well, the same thing with this. But I've yet to talk to an Indian guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't say a lot of them, but I say a couple.
He's
That
cool.
walk up. So you know what my goal is?
Yeah.
To get the
It's gone.
Cleveland
I'm
Indians.
telling you, they're both gone.
Oh, they are gone. No, they're gone. They're going through this phase right now.
Daniel Snyder, by the way,
Gone for sure.
they're worth over $3 billion.
How much?
The Redskins.
$3 billion.
$3 billion.
No, it's gone.
B
George
as
is
in
right.
Bravo.
Yeah.
31 MLB guys tested positive out of 300. So it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, but once again, to the people who tested positive, it's a big deal.
I got you.
Because that next person
Yep.
is thinking,
All right.
I'm next.
All right. NBA, Oladipo's sitting out.
There's going to be more. There's
Hey,
going to be more.
He was on the Masked Singer. That does bother
There's
me.
going to be more. There's going to be more, George. Oh, I'm telling you.
MMA Saturday, they're at
No
the
way.
island.
Not MMA. They're still going
They're in
strong.
Abu Dhabi.
They still going strong?
Absolutely. No, and you can't get
They
a
get
whole
close to
lot-
each other?
Oh, they get
They get a little close?
They get
Oh,
pretty.
jeez.
Hey, by the way, minute left. Sports returned to TV. The numbers, ridiculous. I was watching arm wrestling last night. I'll admit it. No, that's how bad my life is.
Oh,
I was watching arm.
I got to give you. You don't watch, what's that thing called?
No.
The
I
thing you
know.
throw, you know.
Cornhole.
You don't watch cornhole.
Cornhog or something. No.
Cornhog. No,
Last
it's not
thing.
cornhog, it's cornhole.
Last thing. Who has more to prove, Brady or Belichick?
Jeez, George, what a question that was. I will
I'm
say,
saving the best for last.
I will say, because I think Brady did everything, I'm going to say Brady. I'm going to say that he's got to prove to me that, because I have Brady as the guy.
I get you.
So he's going to say, I'm right. I'm hoping that Tampa Bay's in those playoffs and New England's sitting at home.
Hey, you heard it here. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.